Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, it's horrible. Oh, I'm William Jamming. Welcome to my channel. So, I know if you're watching this video, you may go through the process of actually publishing your app to the App Store, and the process, you know, got a lot of gotcha. I work as a developer for big companies, but my like daily job usually is about writing code. Okay, not about go through all this process. There are departments that do that, and also I work mainly at writing models and more like a back end sort of thing. But since I go indie dev, and I have to like go through the process myself, not only the development and promotion and design, and actually go through the review process and publish that and advertise that, all that, and the yeah, even though for developer that have previous experience of developing, but go through the review process, especially the first time, is excruciating. Okay, and I have multiple apps published, and the process got tons of gotcha and tons of bugs, and there's like not a lot of material online that help you. You have to like go through all this, website, forums, and Discord groups, communities, all that. You have to scrap the information. Some is false, some is outdated information, some is like some misleading information. Okay, some method that I did is simply wrong, and try that. So yeah, I think I will make this video to help you guys because I got so much of the gotcha, and I slept like 4 hours a day just to go through all this review process. Not code writing, but all this review process, just filling in this listing information, choosing things, like refreshing things, got like a bug, some of the like UI, something like that, and communicate, write articles. It's not like write reply to the reviewer. It's a excruciating process, and every step of the way they're like a gotcha. It's like a soul game. Okay, return the corner like someone like want to hit you. Okay, so let me show you how it is done and some of the gotcha. I hope this video helps. So if you go back here, first thing, okay, every time you publish, you're going to change the version number as well as build. Okay, any other things you can, yeah, sometimes you can, sometimes if it's just some communication thing or in-app purchase or sort of thing, you have to relink that and you have to like submit a new version. Sometimes even if there is nothing in your code that you change, you have to change the version number as build number. Okay, right now as you can see, I got like the version number for 1.0.8 and build to 9 because I start with version 1.0.0. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the build start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, so every time you submit, you're going to increase this number. Okay, this is the first thing. The second thing, if you want, quickly like bundle that and got that to the App Store, pretty simple one. You need to choose this to any iOS device. Okay, choose any iOS device and go to the products and archive. Okay, once you click archive, okay, it will quickly give you a build archive file. So basically a binary file that I can automatically upload to App Store Connect. Okay, so yeah, it's still building. Okay, I'm going to show you the result. So after it built, it got something like this. Okay, so right now you got another version, but this, if you say something like this is wrong. Okay, because previous versions 1.0.8 and this is like build number 9. You should update that. You shouldn't like got like duplication. You need to up the number a tiny little bit. And by the way, the version number doesn't really matter. It really depends on you. Okay, there is no like written rule about how to set the version number. There's a convention here. So if I got a minor fix, just increase this, like major feature, this major like whole version of app change, increase this. But things is just small bugs, and Sometimes if you don't change this, just add like one add here. Build, you always need to add one. Okay, if this is exact same as your previous submit, okay, that's wrong. You need to add that. You need to modify that, and you can jump the version, of course. You can, for example, previously you got like a 1.0 passed review. You can get all thing inside rejected, and this version 1.0.8 build 9 got passed. You can get something like that. Okay, it doesn't really matter. You don't need to be like really consistent 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. You can name it, even though it's like your company inside, your team inside thing. Okay, so this version increase that. Even though user don't know it, you got like a full archive. And here you can actually delete it. If you make mistake like this, you can just right click and move to trash. Really simple one here. Okay, move to trash, and this build will be deleted. Once you are satisfied with everything, you just distribute, right? Click all the way, and then you can automatically choose it at the Apple's the App Store Connect page. Here comes you more gotcha, because my app got an in-app purchase. If your app got in-app purchase, the review process is pretty frustrating. Let me show you. Because some part is because of the, maybe if you haven't like reviewed your app before, maybe it's because of you don't familiar with. But Apple's like website UI as well as workflow can get a lot of frustrating. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so if you got some of the in-app purchase, and right now I got something like this. This is like a tutorial program that I wrote, and I want to quick publish that to App Store just to make a point. Okay, just to show you that this can like go through all this process. Okay, I'm making tutorial, so I use this really simple app as an example. This app basically got two versions. One for simple version, the other is a premium tab. Okay, so you can switch to the premium tab, and you can do all this premium stuff. And it's the one-time purchase, so it's non-consumable. If it's like say gems or some like I don't know, maybe some like credits, something inside the app, especially if the game is a consumable, right? So it's a completely different process. Okay, so what I'm demonstrating is in-app purchase, and it's non-consumable one-time purchase. Okay, so for example, unlock something, okay, or one-time purchase of the whole app. So you can have a small demo version of the app, and then like complete the version one-time purchase. It goes like this, non-consumable. And when you first submit the in-app purchase, you have to do things this way. You have to do that, okay? Because I just for testing purpose, I intentionally tried all the methods, all the combinations that I can find at all these forums, and it turned out the review process is pretty weird. Okay, so first, if you don't know, the first time you submit the in-app purchase, you have to update a new binary. Okay, you have, so for example, the previous version is say 1.0.0. Okay, and you want to change that. You want to submit another version. Okay, so basically you're going to go back to your app and you change the version number a little bit. Okay, you just make it bigger and build number bigger. So as if it's new version, new update. Okay, you have to do that. And then you click a new version here. You make completely new version. And at here, okay, version number, you're going to increase that by 1. You have to be consistent with the build. And choose the build here. So you can click it. And because you already upload that using Xcode or something, okay, or whatever software that you're using, there's a lot of builds. I'm not going to go with that. You can just choose it, okay. You choose that version, and then just below here, and above the game center, there is a section. There is a section called I believe it's in-app purchase or subscription. there is a section here, okay? And you need to click it and link the in-app purchase here, okay? In-app purchase. If you don't have anything in-app purchase here, you won't be able to find it, okay? And if there's nothing got this ready to submit for review, ready to submit, I think that's the word. If got no in-app purchase for you to choose from, that section won't appear. So you have to create a new in-app purchase by click here, choose all this. Okay? Type consumable, non-consumable. Reference name, you can use whatever name you want. Okay? The product ID, preferably use the reverse version of your for example, my website is like willingjamming.com, okay? So I will just .com.willingjamming. That specific app name. This is a simple thumbnail maker. I'll just put some simple thumbnail maker here. And dot, that is the thing that you want to execute. So for example, upgrade. So dot upgrade. So if you build this app in 2024 or 2025, you can say dot upgrade 2025. Okay? You have to do something like this. This is a convention. Of course, you can do whatever things you want, but this can differentiate between, especially if you manage a lot of apps. Okay, so basically it's like an API thing. Okay, once you finish everything set, okay. By the way, got the in-app purchase. Inside, we have to add first localization. Okay, the other thing, and most importantly, you need to get a screenshot. You need to upload that specific in-app purchase as a screenshot. Upload that. You have to do that. If you don't do, they will reject you, from my experience. And then you have to write notes of the whole in-app purchase process. You have to do that. And then, don't click submit for review, okay? Just save it. And if you exit, go to this page, okay? Go to this page, and you refresh it. This should get some like a yellow dot here, and said ready to submit. It's not waiting for review or developer action needed or whatever. You have to be ready to submit. Only in that state, then you go back to this new version, and you can find that small section here, like in-app purchase and subscription. You need to click it and choose it, and you have to submit them together. Okay? I stress this because I tested it multiple times, intentionally, just to test what's going on behind. Maybe like I'm deducting what's going on. If you submit separately, sometimes your binary will get past review, but the in-app purchase is left in the in-app purchase section, and it's not submitted. So it's like a separated, and they review that, I believe, is separately. So the binary, so previously my binary got passed, but in-app purchase is left out because you didn't choose it. And in-app purchase, of course, I want to salvage that. Okay, so I click in-app purchase and click submit for review, and they're reviewing it and then reject it. They say, "Where's the binary?" Okay, I don't know how to test this, and they reject it, and you have to update another version of the binary and create another in-app purchase and link them together and submit for a new update. Okay, it's really complicated, really time-consuming. Even though Apple, I previously developed apps for other companies, and I know the rough time of review. Okay, and iOS is much quicker, but Mac is much slower. Maybe sometimes few weeks, but App Store sometimes like 1 week or something like that. They would return, but nowadays is much quicker. It's less than 24 hours or 48 hours if it's not in holiday times. It's really quick. You can get a result. But let's go back to the gotcha section. Okay, so here comes to the gotcha section. If that specific version got rejected, okay, if it got rejected, the link between the in-app purchase, the link between in-app purchase, okay, and binary somehow gets break, okay? Even though I browse all the forum, all that, they say, yeah, maybe it's not break, okay? You can, at least note to say, hey, I also submit in-app purchase, please review that for me. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes they have to, ask for Apple support and escalate that to someone, higher, and then they can solve the problem for you. There are a lot of stories online, okay? But I'm sharing my experience as well, as I think this is the best. It's not best as far as I'm concerned. It's more safer choice, okay? More suitable if you want to pass it, like, because there are lots of reviewer, okay? You want to pass it same like the exact review, okay? It's just one review and you want to pass it because you don't want to try your luck in different reviewer, because sometimes the review may not know how to find it, especially got like multiple purchase or subscription or all that. They make it confused because they are like dealing with a lot of things in one day. So yeah, don't try your luck, but rather choose a safe route. Okay, so let's continue. So if one version got rejected and you say there's a bug, so you want to fix a bug, and you fix the bug, you need to increase the version again and do all this archive and submit that to App Store. Then got here, okay, let's go back. You choose that version, okay? You choose that exact same version. Do not delete if there's like a review message, okay? So do not delete the version, but rather you choose edit. This is very, very important, because if you choose delete and you create another version, you submit for review, the previous review process, the previous context is gone. Okay? Sometimes, you may spend a lot of time like write a reply for the review. So sometimes if there's like nothing wrong with your code, but they want you to explain something, they may use something like need more information. Okay? Write a detailed reply. And sometimes you may write a detailed reply and you want to because you want to get like your in-app purchase reviewed, you may tend to delete that version and then create a new version and link a new in-app purchase and submit. But don't do that, okay? You just click edit, will automatically jump back to the version that you submitted, and you scroll down, okay? You can do something this way. You can scroll down, okay? So for example, this version, you can scroll down and change the version number. So for example, it's 1.0.9. If it's got like rejected, you're going to change that to 8. You change to 1.0.9, and then you delete the build here. And once you archive and submit that to App Store Connect, maybe wait 5 minutes, you click here, you choose the build 10. Okay, so if it's 9 got rejected, you choose 10 and or 1.0.9 or that, and then you click submit for review. Don't forget to link the in-app purchase. Okay, and you then submit for review. That way it can save the context, and context is really, really important. I'm not sure whether it got the same reviewer review the app, but even though I believe Apple got like a pretty highly trained reviewer. Okay, so basically they are roughly the same standard, upholding Apple's review standard, because they are trained. Okay, so even though there are other review team review your app, they can see the context. They can see, oh, you change this, you change that, you address issue here, you got that, and I test that, you actually solve the problem. Okay, there are higher chances for you to pass review this way. If you got like completely remove the content, if you just delete that in the review, okay, if you got rejected or something like that, say unresolved issue, something like that, the first line will be the item that you submitted. There is an edit button, and below there is a lot of review notes by the reviewer as well as your reply. Okay, so if you just delete this version and create another version and submit it, the context is gone. Okay, of course you can find it in the history, but you don't want to do that. Okay, and it's always better to click that edit button and jump back automatically to this page and modify. So for example, this shouldn't be like 1.0.4 something like that. Okay, but it constantly got rejected, constantly got modified. You can increase that to say 1.0.8. Okay, doesn't really matter. You can still like negotiate. It's not like negotiate. You can still like continue to submit it. Okay, and here comes to a gotcha part. It's in-app purchase. Okay, every time if you link your in-app purchase, okay, here's a very, very important part. Every time if you especially you submit the in-app purchase for the first time, you have to link it when you submit a new version of binary and a version of your in-app purchase. Okay, every time you link it, you submit it to them and got rejected, the link somehow broke. Okay, and the in-app purchase section will be stuck to the I think it's called developer action needed. It's a red dot and then developer action needed. You can't change it. So that's the gotcha part. I have like go through internet and read all the horror stories of a developer. I don't know how to do that, and they got pretty serious. They say, I'm going to phone the reviewer. I'm going to raise there. I'm going to write something. Okay, I'm going to ask. You got some got all this over aggressive stuff. They say why there's a thing that I can't change, even though I change the localization, I add a space, I delete space, and all that. Whatever you do, from my personal experience, at least when I record this video, whatever thing that I did won't change this developer action needed. Okay, it's as if this in-app purchase is totally dead. There are stories that, hey, you don't need to worry about it. I just modify this new version and submit that, and they can pass, and this somehow magically got passed. I'm not sure, but from my experience, I've never experienced something like this. Okay, and there are like horror stories of waiting. I believe we watched something read something online that the developer wait for like 13 weeks or something like that for the reply because they got pretty serious and pretty aggressive and write to Apple's developer team or something, review team or something like that. Yeah, why this something happens? They raise that to radar, say there's a bug in your review system. You don't need to do that, okay? Because if you work on projects or you're an indie developer, time is money, okay? And if you work for other people, you have to finish this project in a specific time, okay? You're not going to change the world, okay? You just want to finish this project. After you finish this project, you can like me, record this video, share stories online or something like that. But right now, the most important thing is to solve the project. Of course, you can solve the project by, write an email and go through all this support section, but it's time consuming, okay? And you may spend weeks, even months, to solve that problem because you are essentially asking Apple to upgrade their review system and complete change workflow. Sometimes they can't do that, okay? Sometimes maybe there's something wrong with the process of your submit, okay? So if you want to play it safe, here's my suggestion. You create a new in-app purchase and you create completely new product ID, and you update the product ID in your binary. So you just submit a new version with a new product ID. That's the most, the quickest way of solving this problem. Okay, you don't need to submit again and review and then say it's broken and they come back to you say you have I don't know where to test it, something like that. You don't need to go through all that. You just change the version number, change the build number, change the product ID number, change from the old to new, and simply delete. Of course, this is very, very important. Everything I'm sharing here is a sort of test that I test. Okay, I've recently I've read all this in-app purchase thing online. Okay, literally hundreds of posts that I can find, and I also ask AI to find, and I read every one of them. And yeah, so if you don't delete the previous in-app purchase, the review team may say, well, you still got a lot of developer action needed. I don't know whether they can say it or not. I'm not sure, but they sometimes get confused. You got like 3 or 5. So for example, you got 3 or 5 rejection. You got 3 or 5 developer action needed here, and they don't know which one to test. Okay, so I believe they may have some way to actually see all this in-app purchase that you submitted, not just the thing that you linked. If you got more than one thing stuck at developer action needed, the best way is to delete it. So go back here. Okay, I intentionally give you this preview. That's this how to say that, this screenshot. This is not a screenshot. So basically I just want to demonstrate that it is best to get a really clean in-app purchase. You don't need a lot of item here and a lot of action needed item, especially the red one. You can just click inside and scroll all the way down to the bottom and remove that in-app purchase because you no longer need it. And I believe, this is my guess. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on behind the Apple review. I'm guessing if they reject an in-app purchase, especially the first time, they somehow lock that product ID, and you can't change it. You can't do anything about it unless their side doing something about it. Okay, I believe they have the authority to actually link it somehow. So that's the reason maybe some people online say, yeah, I didn't do anything. I just raised that to the higher someone higher and then solve the problem for me. But don't bet your bank on it. Okay, don't rely on some 1 or 2 people's experience, because I'm not sure whether it will work. But my suggestion is do something safe. Okay, do something safe. And after you have go through all this process and actually got your app successfully published, then you can raise the issue, write all this bug feedback, something like that. But the most important thing, time is money. You have to make it push it through and get your app published. Okay, so that's my personal experience for you, and I really appreciate you guys to give me a thumb up, subscribe to my channel, because for the past few days I just slept 4 hours per day, continue try all these possibilities with the review team, and this is some a heart and tear experience of me trying to get my app go through. Okay, so yeah, don't forget to give me a thumb up, subscribe to my channel. Okay, thanks, bye.